Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk about people who consider themselves as empaths. Okay, they are highly sensitive people, not always, and highly sensitive people, but they're not always empaths. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. And how you feel about something that is, say, ancient or just old. It doesn't have to be, like you would see it on these ancient aliens or these ancient whatever shows. It could be just, say, older than you. Or that it was found at a what would it be, antique store or something like that. How do you feel about these kinds of things? Now, here's the thing. I catch myself every once in a while watching the shows, about old buildings, like the ancient aliens, which I don't agree too much with the conspiracy theories parts of these. I just like to see the artifacts, and I've always been like that. Like to see artifacts and Egyptian pyramids. I'm not so fond of when they find a body, that like a tomb. Ooh, that creeps me out. Really creeps me out. Anything that they show a skeleton or something, no, that's not for me. No. But any kind of artifact, I like it. I am really curious if other people who consider themselves empaths, I do, do you feel something? I'm not talking like creepy feeling, but say when you go to an antique store, you kind of feel something, like you're feeling a story behind, like you find a really nice item that you want to buy, and you feel like there's some kind of story, and you kind of make up a story in your mind of who this could have belonged to, and what was their life like, or, you just come up with a story. And the same thing with like the pyramids. I did a video on that. Anybody can come up with a theory. That doesn't make it right, or a view on it, but do you just make that up in your mind? Really? Because what is it? It's just something that an empath might do. Of course, like something ancient. You're not going to know if you're right or wrong. I don't think just because you have a feeling that makes it right. Because you can create a story. The story, like I said, there's no way to back it up, so you don't know. You will never know if it's true or not. Yeah. Now I can tell a story about, I went to this place, it's in Waxahachie, Texas, and I did not know. It's a Rogers hotel or motel, I don't know. It's a big place. It's old, really old. Now I was touring, going through that town, somebody was showing it, touring basically, and showing things to me, and he did not tell me until I went into that hotel, and some really creepy things happened to me, really odd feelings. I've never experienced anything like that before then and since then. And he didn't tell me that the place was haunted. Well, I'm not a believer. I don't believe in hauntings and stuff, like that. I mean, I don't close my mind off to stuff. Yeah, this kind of thing can happen. I don't know if it could happen. I just don't close my mind off to it. I'm not a believer. And, but the experiences I had, and I don't know if it was just me picking up on stuff, that even a story playing in my mind that really, I need to do a whole separate video on that. I think I am going to. But I have before, but I need to make a new one. But it was that creepy. It was that, when I told him what happened, I probably was like white as a sheet. In that case, I guess I could have said white as a ghost. But he said, this place is thought of as haunted. I said, really? I didn't know. And you can look on, I think it's a Star Telegram online. Just look up Star Telegram Rogers Hotel, I think. And if not, it's motel in Waxahachie, Texas. Okay, my camera got too hot, so I had to cut it off, and so I'll probably have to wrap this up. But yeah, I found that after I went there, I found that website, and it shows some scary things. And I'm like I said, I'm not a believer, but what I experienced, yeah, that when I found that, I went searching for it to see if anybody else, if he was just telling me a story. But he said his young daughter had felt something weird too. But yeah, so I don't explain. The only way I explain it is that I'm more tuned in. Okay, that's the way I always say things when something happens is I'm tuned in. I'm kind of like tuned into that squirrel over there that's standing straight up and looking and straight up back down looking. It's funny. Anyway, but what about you? Do you find yourself like that? Okay. Do you find yourself, kind of tuned into things that usually people aren't tuned into, or you don't hear people, and you don't really want to see it as a creepy thing, but, and maybe you don't want to see it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not into that kind of stuff. To each their own. But me, no, I'm more logical. Seriously, I'm very logical. There's got to be a logical reason behind it. And some people are not like that at all. That's your thing. This is my thing. Stay in your lane. Anyway, I like that expression, stay in your lane, from an AT&T. It's not an AT&T commercial. But I've heard that before, the AT&T commercial, yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's how I am. I'm trying to find some logical reason. And my logical reason behind that one is I just think that I'm more tuned into stuff. Or I can feel like, what had happened in the past, this could have been what has happened in the past. It could be. I'm not so arrogant, that I'm going to say I know for a fact when there's no way to know for a fact. Now that kind of thing, I'm a one who's going to go, really, for a fact something that you can't prove? Like this, in this line. But, yeah, anyway, to each their own. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up before it says it's hot again. So if you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click on the rectangles, like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.